Hello and welcome to another episode of Nothing Definitive. I'm Sam Carlson, and today I want to talk about some additional reasons, or one specific reason, why meditation is so important. So previously in other videos and on my blog, I've mentioned why meditation is so awesome. And the main benefits that I mentioned previously were the obvious one, which is relaxation. You get this really nice calm and peaceful feeling from it. You generally find yourself, after you're done meditating, to be more clear-headed and energetic, ready to go. You get a heightened awareness to your environment and to yourself. It allows you to sense energy better, so you can sense like when something is affecting you negatively. You can detect different states of consciousness that you might be in. It can help you discover and resolve internal conflict if there's things that are stressing you out. Sometimes meditating and allowing your mind to wander can reveal those things. And also just an increased productivity. You can, when you're done meditating, like I said, you'll feel more energetic. You'll be more likely to stay productive for the rest of the day. But another reason that I wanted to, or another reason meditation is so important that I wanted to mention today, just happened to me recently, and I was listening to this really uplifting song on YouTube you're supposed to listen to while you're meditating. And right away, right from the beginning, something about this meditation session was a little different. And as I was getting further and further into it, I suddenly felt this super overwhelming feeling of just contentment that I've never felt before, or at least I can't recall. Maybe like when you're a really little kid and you have no conception of like stress or anything like that. Maybe then you felt it, but I can't remember the last time I felt this. It was just this really powerful, warm, and content feeling, like pure happiness, kind of. And I also felt like this weird, like unconditional love. It was so powerful that I was like, no matter who I pictured in my mind, whether they were a friend, family, or a complete stranger, I just felt like connected with everyone. Like, you could just do anything to help anyone, and I would have, hugged any stranger and just been like, I care that you exist, kind of a feeling. It was really crazy. And after I was done meditating and after that experience, I realized how important it is to reinforce those feelings through meditation. I mean, if you can achieve states like that, and it was cool because it lasted after I was done meditating. I felt so good for hours afterwards, and I was like, this is why it's so important to meditate and get that feeling and then let it be part of who you are. If you can reinforce that, you could become not only really happy and grateful to be alive, but you would just be so ready to help anyone on this planet and do what it takes to be like a good person. Um, and so that's basically the main point I wanted to bring up today, is just through meditation you can get to that state and realize that since we get a choice in this universe to choose how we want to go about our lives and how we want to look at things. It always seems like you have to feel a certain way, or you have to do certain things because that's the way life is. But as you get further down the line of reasoning through meditation and researching Buddhism and stuff, you realize that nothing can really affect you. You just allow it to affect you. You're the only person standing in your way of happiness and contentment. It's not all this other external stimuli. It's just you. And so when you realize that, you realize I get to choose how I feel. I get to choose what my purpose is in life, what I value, and all that stuff. So why experience life in a negative way if you can experience this overwhelming contentment and happiness? And that's what I realized recently is so important. There is one problem with this really positive thinking that I've worried about. I've observed it, or at least I think I've observed it, and I've heard other people mention that they worried about it. And it's kind of like a superstition, maybe, or I guess it's, yeah, I'm not even sure what other word you'd use to describe it. It's basically the idea that through suffering and through struggle, people produce their best work. Like a band or a musician who's really having a hard time produces this really emotional, artistic, brilliant piece of work, right? And that's their first album and their second album. And then they start getting famous and rich, and all of a sudden their albums start falling off. And you see this all the time on. I like to use a website called Sputnik Music, and I go on there and look up album reviews and see like what are the best albums by the artist. And it seems like statistically, it's always these early albums that are so good, and then the artist kind of fell off because they lost that struggle, and that was their big motivator for producing brilliant works of art. And I'm sure we could see it in all sorts of things. And it's something I've definitely um, worried about, because I find that when I'm depressed or when I'm sad or something, that negative energy that's in me, I can kind of like push it into whatever I'm working on, and it seems more emotional. It seems more, I don't know, it seems more creative, seems better. So there is that little bit of a drawback. I mean, if you were always happy, you might lose that motivation to get out of whatever you're struggling with. But it's probably worth it. After feeling how powerful this feeling was from the meditation, I mean, I think the trade-off is actually totally worth it. And who knows? Maybe it's a different type of creativity you get when you're that happy. And then the last point I wanted to make today is that when you meditate a lot, another like, it's not really a benefit, it's just kind of like this view you get. Like, you realize how important meditation is once you've been meditating for a while. Like, I'll listen to people, complain about their lives or talk about stressors and all these things they have to deal with, and they just deal with it head on. Like, they just go through life absorbing all this stress, feeling terrible about it, and they don't meditate. And when you meditate a lot, you look at that and you go, wow, that would suck. Like, I can't imagine. Like, whenever I feel even a little bit stressed out, I just go, I'm going to meditate for even 15 minutes. It just eliminates it, and it puts you in such a positive mood. Um, so if you've tried meditating and you've kind of given up on it, or you haven't tried it yet, really give it a chance. Don't just do it for like a week or even a month. I mean, that won't really do much for you. You'll feel a little bit relaxed and stuff. But if you do it for like a year or 2 years, you'll really start to notice some pretty crazy lifestyle changes and the way you look at life. So, yeah, so that's what I want to talk about today. Thank you very much for listening, as always. If you liked what you heard and want to support me, please subscribe above. Every subscription helps. Yeah, so thanks. See you next time.